Hello everyone, myself Sivakrishna. In this video, I am going to discuss about sequence and flowchart in UiPath Studio. Let's get started. Basically, sequence and flowchart both are containers are used to implement the logic. Sequence is a linear way of implementation, that means a step-by-step process. Flowchart is a graphical representation of implementation. To implement small module where we don't have much logics, we would use the sequence. To implement complex logics, we would use the flowchart. So here I have taken one data table and I have mentioned department, employee name and employee salary. I just wanted to extract the employee name whose department is IT and the salary is greater than 50,000. Let's see how we can implement this approach by using the sequence and flowchart. First, we should iterate the data table. For that, I'm going to take for each row in the data table. And I'm going to mention the variable dt. So in the sequence, I'm going to pass argument data row in data row, right? And argument type would be data row. Take one log message and mention process start or transaction start, right? The first thing we need to check the department is IT or not. If it is IT, then we should check the salary is greater than 50,000 or not. For that, I am going to take one if activity to check the department is IT or not. So here in the data row, we have all the information. I am going to pass column name dept dot toString equal to upper equal to IT. So if the department is IT, then we should check the salary. If department is not IT, then no need to check the salary, right? So in the both then and else blocks, I'm going to mention log message and I'm going to mention dept is IT checking salary. He is not IT, so we are skipping, right? So if it is IT, then again we need to check the salary, right? So after log message, I'm taking one more if condition. So here I'm going to check the salary. So as salary in string format, I'm going to convert into integer. So the column name would be emp underscore salary dot toString greater than 50,000, right? So again here I'm going to take log messages salary greater than 50,000 and I'm going to mention the employee name. So in the else block I'm going to mention one more log message and I'm going to mention salary less than 50,000. Yes. So this way we can implement the logic in the sequence. So the implementation will be look like in the sequence. So here first we have taken the if condition, then we are checking the department. So if it is matches in the then block, we are taking the if condi in the then block we are taking the if activity to check the salary. So if it is matches, then we are printing the employee name in the then block, right? So let's see the same approach how we can implement in the flowchart. Let's go to the flowchart. So let's implement the same step. So here I am taking one log message to mention a transaction started, right? So the next step would be checking the department. So here I am going to take one flow decision to check the department is IT or not. So for that, here I am mentioning the condition in data row dept dot to string dot to upper equal to IT. So if it is IT, then we should check the salary as well. So take the log message to display the department is matched or not. So this is the else. So this is the true block, right? So we can mention the comments like DEPT is IT, checking salary, and here in the else I am going to mention DEPT is not IT. So if it is IT, we need to check the salary, right? For that I am going to take one more flow decision. In the flow decision, I am going to mention the expression to check the salary. Convert dot 2 into 32 of in data row of salary is available at EMP salary dot to string greater than 50,000, right? So if it is true, then we should log the employee name, right? Take log message and mention salary greater than 50,000 and take one more log message and display employee name. In data row of emp name dot toasting. So in the else we can mention salary less than 50,000. So let's call these two workflows in the main and check the result, right? So project, call the sequence and pass the data row, current row. Let's run the process. So before going to the output panel, let's open the build data table and check whose employee salary greater than 50 and the department is IT. So here we have two IT employees and the salary. So for Hari, uh, salary is 50,000 and his department is IT. So only Hari name should display in the output panel, right? So let's go to the output panel. So checking 80 salary, so Hari displayed and the remaining names are not displayed. So the sequence approach is working. Let's check the flowchart approach. Let's take the flowchart and at the same thing pass the data row. So let's go to the output panel, and here also we are getting the same results. Alright. So here if you observe in the sequence, so it is in a step-by-step process. So if you want to understand the code, we should go inside the each activity, then we should understand. So it is bit difficult to understand if you implement the complex logic by using the sequence. But the same thing in the flowchart. If you see in the flowchart, it is a graphical way of implementation, and it is very easy to understand if you implement the complex logic. The final thing, the final thing, in flowchart we can use the sequence. The same thing, flowchart we can use inside the sequence as well. But flowchart activities we can't use directly inside the sequence. So let's take one flow decision activity and try to use in the sequence. So it is not allowing me to use, right? This is all about sequence and flowchart. Hope this video is informative. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.